This is more than just a race comparison. It's a breakdown of what makes or breaks a 100-meter hurdles performance. From clipped hurdles to record-breaking speed, we explore two races that show the true nature of this unforgiving event.
Ariana Anderson of the Cayman Islands, she's delighted to be here, 14:36 to qualify, soaking up the adoration of the crowd. In lane number 3, she's never won a CARIFTA individual medal, 13:33 her lifetime best, fastest in qualifying at 13:72. She's the favorite, Tiana Marshall of Jamaica. This young lady secured a bronze medal last year with a wind-assisted 13:95. She is the USVI National Under-20 record holder at 14.15. That record is under threat here. Outside of her, twice an under-17 100 hurdles champion, Brianna Davidson of Jamaica. She's the co-favorite, second fastest in qualifying at 13.73. In lane number 6, Maya Rollins, who we told you about, 13:45 for her this season, a personal best done at the Duke Invitational. Can she go faster here after a 13:87 first round performance this morning? Gianna Paul, brilliant last night in the long jump, beating the Austin Sealy Award winner Janae Gans to the gold medal. She's not favored for a medal here, but maybe she will be spurred on by the crowd to something special. And on the outside, Dominique Dean of the Bahamas, outside the medals at 400 hurdles. She's on the outside. 14:37 coming in. She's hoping for a fantastic run to try and get on the podium. The favorites, though, in the middle lanes. Maya Rollins, Barbados, the two Jamaicans, Marshall and Davidson, and Swindell of the US Virgin Islands. The 3 medals are expected to come from those 4. But this is a championship, and they have hurdles in front of them. Under 20 girls, 100 hurdles final. Off they go. Marshall responded to the gun quickly. Davidson inches ahead. Rollins left back for Barbados. It's Tiana Marshall ahead of Davidson. Rollins is rallying and might have gotten silver for Barbados. But it's Tiana Marshall. Her long wait for a CARIFTA individual medal turns into gold in Port Spain, and that was never close. 13.50. Maya Rollins of Barbados had so many issues during that race, but somehow she was able to hold her composure, and I think she snatched the silver medal, although we're awaiting confirmation. Yes, she did get the silver medal, 13.80 for the Barbadian. She did not travel all the way from Virginia for nothing. And Brianna Davidson, the 2-time under-17 champion, has to settle for bronze at 13.82.
Great run by Marshall to win it. But tell you what, second and third, it could have been very different. The 6th hurdle turned out to be a problem for both. As you can see here, 3 of them responding well. Hurdle knocked over, and they would both knock over the 6th hurdle. That seemed to just unsettle them a little bit, but good composure to come back and claim the medals.
The race for gold could have been so much closer as well had Rollins not tumbled early in the race. How she recovered will amaze you for sure. And to recover well enough to finish second and beat a world-class competitor as good as Brianna Davidson is pretty impressive. Jamaica won 3 this time around, led by Tiana Marshall, 13.50, negative 0.8 meters per second, the wind speed. Maya Rollins of Barbados gets silver at 13.80. Brianna Davidson
Jones is there, Sonia.
Phenomenal in Jamaica. She was a late add to the race, and she was a surprise winner there. She trains with Gabby Thomas and just looked really good in Kingston.
Maribel Saicedo, the South American record holder from Ecuador, is in the race. Very international feel to all of these fields that they've put together in there. Alasia Johnson came through, had a great race last year and made her way to Paris after a great run in the Olympic trials. She's got a PR of 12:31, and then the Olympic champion Masai Russell.
Man, she's had a great year. Her first year, she was Olympic champion. Her first year pro. She won in Drake last week, had a good indoor season. I am excited to see what she will do here.
She will surprise you. Lane 5 is going to be open. That's where Samba Mayella was supposed to be, the Olympic silver medalist. She's gone. Akira Nugent, fine Jamaica hurdler, another one of those Arkansas Razorbacks. And I think spent a year at Baylor as well, if I'm not mistaken. She's run 12:24, so she was in the Paris final. Kenny Harrison, love to see her in a race.
Yeah, former world record holder at this event. She was added to the field here. Saw her on the elevator. She says she is super excited to run. And with that 100-meter PR last week, she's feeling really good.
And then Megan Tapper fills it out third at the Tokyo Games. So she's got an Olympic medal, which is always good on your mantle to have one of those. So that's your field for the race. Responsibility for calling that race is our fine booth of Steve Cram, Anson Henry, and Kerry Tullifson. Gang?
Well, there was a little twitch there from Russell, but they're away cleanly. Tia Jones going well over in lane 1 as well, but it's Russell in the middle, and Jones perhaps just has the lead here. It's going to be very tight on the line. Very tight indeed. That's perhaps Russell just getting it. The tape wraps itself around Russell's midriff. 12, is that right? I'm looking at the clock here, 12.17? Really? We've got to wait for the wind reading here.
It says 2.0, I think.
It says 2.0.
It says 2.0.
12.17. Now, if that wind reading is correct, no wonder they're running around looking at each other saying, is this right? Because Masai Russell has just...
Hey, I said she was going to come back and do something, right? I didn't think she was going to come back and break the world record.
But what about Jones? 12.19. Okay, so what a way to start. That's we talk about racing and bringing your A game. You're the Olympic champion. You well, not at your best in the first Grand Slam. And Tia Jones, just phenomenal. Nugent, 12:34 in third, and was a long way back.
You want to know something? With Samba Mayella out of the race, I think a lot of the women kind of calmed down a little bit. Really, it was tough luck for her, but usually athletes are like, well, you know, it's one less person I got to worry about. And I was a silver medalist at the Olympics, but Masai Russell coming through with 12:17.
I'm still processing this.
Yeah, man. I don't really know what's happening right now,
I mean, you look down the list. I mean, that's an American record for Masai Russell. Tia Jones is, you know, just run something that I don't think she could have dreamed of running, 12:19. Even Kenny Harrison, 12:40 in fourth place. Oh, and that was without Samba Mayella, who sadly had to pull out. There, the result, the points as well, 12 to Russell. Jones with another.
The women's 100-meter hurdles is one of the most unforgiving events in athletics, a race where speed, rhythm, and precision must exist in perfect harmony. Whether at the junior level or on the global professional stage, the margins between victory and failure are brutally small. And when we place the CARIFTA U20 final alongside the elite showdown in Miami, the contrast becomes both striking and deeply revealing. At the CARIFTA Games 2025 in Port of Spain, the U20 final unfolded as a raw, emotional demonstration of how fragile hurdle racing can be. Tiana Marshall of Jamaica entered as the clear favorite, armed with the fastest personal best and the most convincing form in the rounds. From the gun, she justified that status. Her start was composed, her first hurdles efficient, and her sprint mechanics clean. In contrast, her closest challengers, Brianna Davidson and Maya Rollins, showed early signs of tension. And in hurdles, tension is often the beginning of mistakes. That reality materialized at hurdle 6. Both Davidson and Rollins clipped the barrier, instantly disrupting their rhythm. In a race that lasts barely over 13 seconds, even the slightest technical error can destroy medal hopes. Their stride patterns broke down, forcing adjustments that cost precious time and momentum. Marshall, however, remained untouched by the chaos. Her ability to maintain structure under pressure ultimately defined the race, turning what could have been a close contest into a decisive victory built on discipline and control. Now shift the lens to Miami, a completely different level, yet governed by the same unforgiving principles. Here, the stakes were not just medals, but history itself. Masai Russell delivered a performance that redefined excellence, clocking 12.17 seconds, the second fastest time ever recorded. Unlike the CARIFTA final, this race was not shaped by visible mistakes, but by near perfection. Russell's execution was a masterclass. Her reaction time, hurdle clearance, and stride consistency were almost flawless. Every step between barriers was measured, every takeoff precise. Where young athletes at CARIFTA struggled to recover from a single error, Russell eliminated errors altogether. That is the fundamental difference between emerging talent and world-class dominance. Not just speed, but the ability to sustain technical perfection under maximum velocity. Yet, the comparison reveals something deeper than just performance levels. It highlights the evolution of an athlete. The chaos seen in Port of Spain, the clipped hurdles, the broken rhythms, the fight to recover, represents the learning phase of hurdling. It is where athletes discover how fragile their race model truly is. Miami, on the other hand, represents the finished product, a race where chaos is no longer a factor because control has been mastered. And still, both races share the same essence. Whether it's a junior final or a historic professional performance, the 100-meter hurdles punishes hesitation and rewards precision. One mistake can cost everything. One perfect run can rewrite history. In Port of Spain, Tiana Marshall proved she could stay composed when others faltered. In Miami, Masai Russell showed what happens when an athlete removes mistakes entirely. 2 races, 2 levels. One truth: in the 100-meter hurdles, perfection isn't optional, it's everything.